Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about a new theory for Halloween Ends that is, it's kind of crazy. So buckle up. Let's do it.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and
Okay, guys, we're going to be continuing our discussion for Halloween Ends, which, wow, there's a theory that's been going around. I've heard it from a few people. I've even seen it in comments on videos. And actually, on one of my most recent videos for Halloween Ends, we got Keith who talked about this theory a little bit. It's an interesting one. I've got a little bit of a spin on it myself, but here's the thing that some folks are thinking about in Halloween Ends. Jamie Lee Curtis talked about how this movie would upset fans, the ending of it, and so forth. So the theory goes like this. At the end of Halloween Ends, I should say, Michael is killed by Laurie. It could be Laurie or Allison. And then we find out that this was all a dream. That's right, you heard it, folks. It was a dream. And then we will cut back to the events after Halloween 78. Laurie Strode in the hospital. Maybe she's been in the hospital for a little while. Maybe she was, I don't know, doped up on medication or whatever. And we find out that the events of everything that we have seen after Halloween 1978 was a dream. A dream by Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, there are a lot of folks out there that are excited about this type of idea because it's very creative, and there are some folks that totally despise this possible way that they're going to end this trilogy, which really ends the franchise when you think about it, because that means that nothing that we have seen in any of these movies took place. Okay, now I'm of two minds of this. First of all, I think that there is some creativity to it in the sense that it would really be a gut punch for the fans. I think it also it could wrap up this trilogy nicely, which also wraps up the franchise. And then you would be able to start a new timeline, which I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. This is not the end of the Halloween franchise. Halloween Ends. One way or the other, there's going to be more Halloween movies, whether that's a few years from now, whether it's 5 years from now, whether it's 10 years from now, or whatever. So if this dream theory happens, then it's a way to clean up everything. You actually clean up all the loose ends. You clean up the different timelines. You clean up the ideas where you have Danielle Harris as the daughter of Laurie Strode. You also have, the other timeline where in H2O she has a son. You also have the timeline of the Rob Zombie movies. This could all be explained. Not only that, but the few times where in the franchise Michael was depicted differently, like in The Curse of Michael Myers, and you could explain his, almost supernatural capabilities and so forth. It also explains Season of the Witch. So I I think it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting take. I don't know if they're gonna go down that road though, guys. I really don't know. It's they'd be aiming for the fences for sure. But here's the other side of it, where I think a lot of folks are not on board with it. I think that if you do that, it's in a way it's a little bit of a cop out, you guys. You know what I'm saying? It basically says for a lot of these fans, franchise fans that have been around watching these movies for decades, that nothing they saw was real, nothing they saw happened. In the context of the movies, obviously, if you saw the movies, you saw it and you felt one way or the other about it. But I'm just saying, I think it can kind of alienate some fans as well. I could definitely see it being a divisive ending. I don't know what you guys think in the comment section, because I've seen rumblings about this. It hasn't been talked about a heck of a lot, at least in my small circle of friends and content creators, but I think it's starting to gain some steam. I will say this, there might be more pros than cons to it, because at the end of the day, if it's just a dream and Laurie Strode wakes up in a hospital, and all the events of this whole franchise after Halloween 78 didn't happen, well, it puts Michael right back where he was at the end of 78, which is where John Carpenter wanted him to be. You did not know where he was. You saw all the places that he had inhabited in Halloween 78, and then you heard the breathing. The evil was out there, the shape was out there. You didn't know where he was, you didn't know what to expect. So, honestly, there is a small part of me, I know it sounds like I'm going back and forth, but this is a really interesting topic, guys, and that's why I'm hoping that you guys let me know what you think. But there is a small part of me that's thinking it could happen, man, because David Gordon Green is very big on Carpenter's way of looking at the franchise, or I should say way of looking at Michael Myers and how Halloween 78 was crafted. So this is a way to do multiple things at once. You finish this trilogy, you explain the different timelines, you explain the ups and downs of the franchise, you explain Season of the Witch, and you put this movie right back at the end of 78 with Michael loose, surviving Loomis shooting him 6 times, and you don't know what's gonna happen. And that's the way Carpenter wanted it. He didn't want to do any sequels. He didn't want to do a franchise. So, like I said, man, this is really crazy stuff. I'm really on the fence about it. There's a big part of me that's digging it, but then there's that other part of me that kind of was hoping for an ending that would be the type of ending that I'd walk out of the theater and be like, oh my god, did they really do that? Something that's mind-blowing, in a different way, I guess I should say. So anyways, guys, this is crazy. I wanted to bring this to your attention to see what you guys thought about it, I should say. So please, in the comment section, let me know what you think about this dream theory. Is there a chance that it could actually happen? And if so, what do you think of it? Please give the video a like, that would help support the channel. And if you are not subscribed to the Night Watch Zone, what are you doing? This is the time to subscribe. We're having a lot of fun, especially with these Halloween Ends discussions, and I'm so excited to see what we're going to see in this movie this come October. So anyways, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace out.